Welcome to C.H.A.O.S Podcast. I am your host, Terri. I am a virtual assistant, bookkeeper, and international business strategist. I love leveling up, creating strategies, and thinking outside of the box, especially with serial entrepreneurs because we are impacting the world with new innovations, community collaboration, and global technology. We will discuss strategies that stifle mental chaos so that you can create habits and outstanding success right here on C.H.A.O.S. Good evening. Good evening. And I'm so excited to have her. I have A.J. Austin. Her story is absolutely extraordinary. Y'all are not ready. She wrote this introduction for me. I don't think it does her justice, but I'm going to read it. A.J. Austin went from homelessness, divorce, and the death of her mother, all in the same day. She shares how this led her to becoming an award-winning professional speaker, a 15-time author and bestseller, a master life coach, certification trainer, having certified 120 coaches worldwide, CEO of the International Center for Life Coaching Training, LLC, and founder of www.lifecoachinaday.com and the Boss of Me University, where you can find her at www.thebossof.me, where she helps coaches confidentially convert conversations to clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. Welcome, A.J. Austin.
Thank
I
you
am
for
so
having
happy to have you.
me. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Girl, I don't know. You didn't put beautiful, you didn't put bright, intelligent, you didn't put humorous, you didn't put a people person, you didn't put how fabulous of an instructor you are in your introduction. And I don't want to leave those things out because that's just a short list. We don't have time for the long list.
Right.
But I'm going to put it in the introduction. So if you all want to see all the things that she does, read the script to this show because I'm gonna put it all in there. All in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. This is C.H.A.O.S, which stands for creating habits and outstanding success. And I know, like you know, and our audience knows, that creating habits and outstanding success comes from chaos.
Mm.
So tell me about that day. That day, I know you will never forget it. Take us there.
Mm. Well, let me clear my throat. Okay. First of all, thank you for having me here and for adding to the introduction. I had to save some room for you. So the fact that we know each other personally, I'm glad you just jumped on in and filled in those blanks. We don't have time for it all, but it did begin the day that my mom passed away, April 14th, 2008. I was actually working a corporate 9 to 5 job at that time, and it was kind of like a government job, you know, them good government jobs. And they frowned upon absenteeism. And I remember having to sneak and get permission to, I thought I was doing this, Terry. I thought I was taking a day off work, going down to the courthouse, signing on the dotted line to make my divorce final. It was a fat 5 year marriage. And I remember when I walked out of the courtroom and my phone began to ring as I got on the elevator. So I pushed the down button, turned around, the doors were closing, my phone is ringing in my purse, and I answer it like hoping reception would hang in there, just like I'm hoping this Wi-Fi stays tonight. But I was glad I picked it up because it was my cousin calling to tell me that my mom had just passed away. So here I am risking my corporate career to close a chapter on a part of my life that had taken up 5 years. I need to do the days and the math on that because it sounds better when you say 10,592 days instead of 5 years. It's different. It hits different when you put a number to it. And I was thinking I was wrapping it up. And I had started a little part-time business on the side. You know how they say your little business. So I had a little business on the side that I was doing on the weekends, and I had snuck in a TV interview that day because I said I'll be off work. I can go to the courthouse, do the divorce, you know, handle my business, and then sneak off to the NBC studios. I was going to be interviewed for this little business I had on the side. And God had a whole nother plan when I got that phone call, like, your mom has passed away. What are you going to do? And so I'm the only girl and the oldest child. I was the child she prayed for, had to have surgery for. She wanted a girl. Here I am. So I'm literally the answer to my mother's prayers. And that meant that the weight of her world fell on my shoulders. You know, like I said, I'm leaving another part of my life behind and now taking on this whole new life. And I don't care how close you are to anyone in the world, it's totally different when you have to wrap up their life. And so I had to go home and clean out her house and handle insurance and the burial funeral costs and go to court to settle $500,000 in medical expenses she had. Her medical records were 500 pages long. That's like 5 books.
Oh
And it was a
my
dollar a page.
goodness.
Yeah. So I was like, can y'all put that on CD instead of printed? Because 500 printed page, like it's literally a book of medical conditions. And by the time she passed
Wow.
away, she was taking like 19, 20 different medications. And I remember finding her on the floor, bleeding out of her mouth. Now, I didn't find her dead, thank God. You know, the hospital took good care of her up until the time she passed away. But to see her go through that and now me having to wrap up her life and handle her affairs and just thinking, and I remember looking up at the sky like, God, what do you want me to do? Like, this is a lot. And so I took care of everything, spent about 10 years letting the dust settle. I didn't even know that it would take that long, but I knew my world was changing when I got the call from her mortgage company. Her only dream in life was to get a house built from the ground up. So her mortgage company called me, told me I couldn't leave her house empty. Her only dream in life was to have a house built from the ground up. And so that was saying a lot for this single Black mom from across the tracks in deep backwoods,
Wow.
Georgia, to have a house built. That was her dream. And they called and said, you can't, basically, you can't leave your mother's legacy behind. You can't leave this house empty. Someone has to live here.
I
And I
love
freaked
God.
out.
I
Oh my
love
God.
God. I love
Because
God.
you remember in the bio, I was homeless, right?
Right.
So handling all of this, I was actually living in transitional housing for the working poor. It was a prison here in Atlanta that had been converted into like a shelter. We'll give you a couple years to get on your feet. So I went through my divorce living in that shelter. I dealt with the death of my mom living in that shelter. But the day that the house was cleaned, the mortgage was like, welcome home.
Nice.
And I freaked out because I was like, I can't afford it. And they said, just trust me, right? And it's so much more to the story. I'm excited to tell you about it if you want to know it. But that actually, that day led me to being right here with you tonight.
That is so powerful, so impactful that, you know, inside you're probably saying, God, what in the whole world? But somewhere inside of you, on the side, probably there's this little sound that sounds like faith. Just a little teeny sound. But
Uh-huh.
I can tell that you did not lose your faith, even though you went through all of that. And
Yeah.
I've been a shelter, so that's not a story to be left untold.
Right.
I've lived in shelter,
Yeah.
and you're doing that. Phew. Okay, let's just take a breath. 120 certified coaches, not here in Atlanta,
Around the
not
world, the
in
whole
Georgia,
girl. Hallelujah.
around. You have made a global impact. Don't, don't,
Yeah.
don't you like that kind word? Yes. I just started my doctor's degree, and that's one of the things they talk about, global impact.
Oh,
You have made a global impact. I've been certified since, I think, 2012, I think is when I got certified as a life coach. And you have just sprinkled the world with people that have compassion, people that want to serve, people that have the drive to give of themselves. And you have just plucked them off the tree and sprinkled them throughout the world. Thank you. Thank you so much. But how in the world did you get, like, did it happen one night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you said, "Oh, I think I'll certify life coaches,"
Right.
or was there a process?
Well, thank you for how you put that. I like that. Sprinkling the world with life coaches. So, yes, we have 120 certified life coaches around the world. My new brand, the International Center for Life Coach Training LLC, I am representing with that and my coffee mug tonight.
Nice,
Um,
nice, nice.
I remember just having this aha moment that regardless of what had happened, going from homelessness to death to divorce to now being in this big house, um, I said, God, I got time. I had time to sit with my story, sit with myself. I wrote a book, I networked, I went to any event I could get access to. And I started to learn because I remember Father's Day of 2008 getting a call from that same 9 to 5 job that I took that day off of work. They called and they were like, we know you're out on bereavement. However, there's no job to come back to when you finish crying, pretty much. And when I should have been sad, I was excited because this was the permission that I had been praying for in that cubicle. Like, Lord Jesus, if I could just get out of here. I finally was released. And so this sitting in this big house by myself, trying to figure out what my next steps are, it was like I was planted. Like God just had this path already laid out. He's like, just trust the process. So I remember writing my first book, locked in the basement of the home and typing away for 90 days. It was cold. I had my gloves on. I got my cap on. I got a scarf on. I'm at this computer. It was a desktop one of my girlfriends had donated to me to help me grow my business. And it just worked beautifully. And so that book did really well. And I remember I was in school for 15 years, like off and on, you know, with life happening like this. It took me a minute to get that first degree, okay? But I finally got it. 2016, Mercer University, training and development. And I remember, you know, having that extra time to now do what I sat in the cubicle and prayed to do. And one of those things that I came across in between being a psychology major, but not wanting to end up in somebody's psychology clinic talking to spirits and demons. I had prayed. I'm like, God, I still want to help people. I can't go to certain places, you know, like we can't go down the crazy route. So he sent life coaching in my path some type of way. I don't know if I got an email or saw something online or got something in the mail, but either way, I had started to do research. And one day I was talking to a business girlfriend and asked her what she was doing that day. And she was like, girl, I'm going to get certified to be a life coach. I was like, I want to be a life coach. And she said, okay, tell you what, I'll go first. I'll call you and tell you how it is. I promise. And she went and she finished and then she called and she wouldn't tell me how it was. And I was like, what you promise? She said, no, you just gotta be there. She said, open your heart, open your mind, and go. Matter of fact, I'll pay your way and I'll pay for your hotel. And I was like, okay, Jesus, I can't say no to that now. I paid her back. I gotta throw that in there because you know. So it was a 2-day training here in Atlanta. 2 days, got certified on my father's birthday, April 27th of 2013. So, you know, some years had passed between the dip
Yes,
in my
yes,
life, you know.
yes.
And now here I was climbing this mountain of I'm ready to impact people. I want to help people. And my prayer was, God, I want to help myself as I help others. And that's why I thought I was going to end up in psychology, trying to help other people as I help myself. Get over everything, not over it, but deal with it, process it. And went to that class, left with an armful of books and DVDs and CDs and just inspired. Kept going. Did everything they taught me to do. Go out, help people serve, one-on-one groups, speak, write more books, and have a bigger impact. And staying in touch with the company off and on. I remember telling them, you know, I've went out, I've practiced, I've done what you taught me, I've had success. Now I want to come back and help some of my fellow coaches. Can we partner? They said, well, we got something better for you, AJ. We knew you were one of the star students. We knew on a scale of 1 to 10, you told us you were
Uh-huh.
going to be a
Uh-huh.
10. I was like, yes,
Par
I'm a
for the
10.
course. Uh-huh.
Okay. That
Uh-huh.
piece of paper that gave me permission. And they said, we want to bring you on board. We know you have a degree in training and development. We want you to be one of our lead trainers. I was like,
Nice.
what? So I served for 4 years in partnership with that multi-million-dollar ministry. And recently that partnership was complete. I launched my own brand due to popular demand of people used to seeing me on chats like this, talking all things
Uh-huh.
life coaching and sharing my story. And now here we are, 15 books later, 2 awards, 120 coaches certified around the world, all in North America, the Cayman Islands, Vietnam, Kenya. And it's just amazing to see where just the twinkling of spark ignited this big flame to show up now online and impact even more people. So I'm so excited about the rest of this journey, girl. And I'm glad to know you and having you be a part of it and can witness it with me. It always helps to have someone witness, like, I'm telling the truth. It really happened, you know?
It really happens. It really happens. I remember that
Right.
one day training that I assisted you with, and I was just blown away because you had an audience, but
Mm-hmm.
people were like trickling in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they could not let go of a word the whole time. I mean, I would see their heads turning like this and turning like this because I was in the back of the room, and I would see them trying to ask a question, but you were about to say something else and they were scared they were going to miss it. It was extraordinary. I was like, look at this, a star in the making. She is about to blow all of these people in this room up. And afterwards, they all wanted to take a picture with you, they all wanted to chat. And I was like, that happened in like a few hours. I have also witnessed your coaching training by being coached by someone who I had to swear to secrecy. Because you had put enough in her that she was a critical thinker. She was patient in her thought, and her solutions were just popping. They were just popping, just popping. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you thought? I was like, that is so crazy in one day. That is so crazy that she was so instrumental to someone who had been a coach for what is this, 8 years now? I have coached an insurmountable of people through their business and their life and their life balance, friends, family, and clients. That for someone to be able to impact me like that, you're doing an excellent job. And I want to thank you for that because those coaches are going to be out there and they are really going to be helping people. I mean, not just serving, but helping people
Yeah.
get, because she made me do an assignment and I'll put my hand on the Bible. That assignment, because I did it, because I'm that kind of person, that assignment has pushed me forward in my business. It has pushed
Mm.
me forward in my life. But she's still sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
She's still sworn to secrecy.
Thank you for sharing that. That
Yes.
really warms my heart and it confirms some things that I had been praying for, which is number one, to be able to captivate an audience.
Oh,
I have to say, I was highly influenced by the great Lisa Nichols. She
oh
actually let me
yes.
sit on stage with her, watching her captivate the people. So I've learned from the best. And so being able to now share my story in a way that impacts others, and I share from experience. And when I coach women, I usually coach African American women. It's all online. It's all in 8 hours in one day. So everything you witnessed had just happened. We have 8 hours to like get it in. Either you want it or you don't. Listen, I got the essentials. I call it the coaching essentials. This is what you need to do to be a great life coach. And by the way, coaches, you'll be coaching other coaches, so you gotta be on your stuff. So by the time you got to witness what we call community coaching, yeah, my girl was ready for
She was
you.
hungry. She was hungry. I was like, oh,
Yes.
she's hungry. What's that show say? Eat, 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 eat. She was hungry. She did that too. But
Yes.
tell me, like, what have you had to change in order to be successful?
the first thing I had to change was, number one, the story I was telling myself about why me, God, why me? It turned from why me to why not me to apparently God put something in me that he knew he could trust me to go through this process.
Yeah, let me share my screen for a moment.
Okay.
I want people to get a real look. Hey, there she is.
Hey.
There she is. In motion. She's in motion.
Yes. That was actually the event you were at with me.
Oh, was it?
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, our photographer was sitting on the floor to get that shot that day.
wow. He
Yes.
got it. You were in motion. You were in
Yes.
motion.
It
So yeah,
came out
that was
great.
good. That was good.
So I forgot what I was sharing before that, but let me think.
We were
For
talking we
technology.
were talking about the coaches
Oh,
having to coach,
yeah, and
and then I
changing your
asked you,
mindset.
what did you have to change? And
Yeah, the story I was
and
telling myself, it went from why me to why not me to apparently God put something in me that he could trust. And I went from there. I remember being 6 years old and I stayed on punishment a lot because I talked a lot in class. I said I was going to start putting my report cards. My mom saved everything, every award, every certificate, every report
yeah,
card, progress report. And on my
me
report
too.
card, it would get talked too much. But now
Me
I
too.
get paid to speak, which is so funny. Um, but I remember, being on punishment and her keeping me stocked with books in my room, so I would always read. And one of those books was the children's Bible story. And I remember reading the story of Noah and the ark. And for some reason, this little 6-year-old nerd was like, what if God called me to be the next Noah, a female Noah? I didn't know what that looked like, but now when I look back, I say, I'm a mix between Noah and Harriet Tubman. Knowing the way, letting God show me the way, obeying and paving that path, and then turning around and reaching back to save others and say, come on, y'all, I figured it out. Let's go. We got a difference to make and a world to impact. And that's what I love doing as a master life coach trainer when I certify online in one day
In
and
one
just
day.
empower women to
In
like
one day.
make the impact that you've gotten the chance to witness. So thank you for telling how it was behind the scenes.
In one day. Yeah. And I
One
can
day.
tell that you had to change your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
One of the one of the habits that you have, and I can see that, and I'm sure the audience can see that, is you turn right back to your faith. You turn right back to your faith. You've got this intimate relationship with God,
Yeah.
and God gonna do it.
Want it. And I will.
you know, God gonna do it. And when I
Yeah.
talk about creating habits and outstanding success, people think that they have to do a 1, 2, 3, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times the habit is something that we've been doing since you decided that you were going to be the female Black Noah.
Right. Got something like
Faith, all the way back
yes.
to 6 years old,
Yes.
I tell people all the time,
Absolutely.
your passion, the things that you are passionate about, your purpose, your passion is something that you've been passionate about even in your childhood. So
Wow.
looking for your passion, you're looking outside of yourself when you should be listening to the answer that you give
Yes.
yourself.
Mm.
You know, our purpose is whatever purpose we are serving at this moment, because every moment is another step in your journey, and you never know when you're going to make a memory that's going to last forever. So I
Yeah.
tell people, make memories, don't miss it, because
Oh
you're
my
looking
goodness.
forward, or you're looking
Right.
backwards, and you're
Right.
present in your moment. Like
Right.
this
That's
moment,
good.
I'll never forget this moment.
Right.
AJ Austin is my first guest on my podcast. And I
Oh
remember
my
when I asked you about it, you were like, no, I'm
gosh.
kind of busy. And I was like, okay, no problem. I understand. I know you busy. I know you busy.
You was like, here go the link though. You better go sign up on this link though. I didn't ask if you wanted to. I was saying, when can you do it?
Oh, I figured we get around to it, but I know you. I know
Yes.
you're busy. I mean, you were busy the day that I was on the phone with you a couple of hours. You were just busy. Just so busy. I was like, oh my goodness, she should like that should be like a whole podcast. Come
You
on,
think
y'all, go with
so?
me for my birthday. I'm gonna stop at all these places and get free birthday stuff. Like that should have been a podcast. I think I'll do that next month, next March for my birthday. I'm gonna do a vlog,
Yes. Now you got to
a
get on the
birthday
list
vlog.
early. That's my secret. And people laugh because they're like, AJ, you're successful. Why do you like love thrifting and sales? I'm like, everybody loves free stuff. What do you mean? Why?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get all my birthday. That's what I did. And I got the inspiration. It's the guy on YouTube that did a video. He went and got all his free birthday meals and he gave them to the homeless.
Oh,
Most of my
nice.
meals are drinks, and so I'm like, if I try to do that, they'll be like watered down by the time I found someone else to give them to. So I just take my time and let the world treat me. I deserve a free Starbucks drink on my
I
birthday.
know that is right. Can I get one
Yes.
anytime?
Okay. And I serve and I give, throughout the year. It's not just occasional on a holiday, whatever season we're in. I'm always giving and pouring back because someone did that for me.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. But you're a heavy chick. You're a heavy chick. With
Yeah.
all your light humor, you're a heavy chick. Yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 30 days? Where
I
do
was
you
gonna
see
say, bring it
yourself?
on home. Ask me about the next 5 minutes. So when I get off here, I'm gonna go warm my toes because they cold for some reason. I don't have my socks on right now. I just fresh out the shower, like I'm gonna be fresh. Got to cut the hair. So 5 minutes before the podcast, I was taking a shower and cutting my hair. 5 minutes after the podcast, yeah, I'm gonna go warm my toes and probably get on TikTok because it's the new addiction. Um, and relax.
Yes.
This is the first late night. Can I say I'm proud of you? I was like, let me find out 10 o'clock. I don't know if I said to podcast time, but you're up and you're like making a difference. And I was like, yes, I can say yes to this. So I can handle minute by minute. I can handle day by day. I do not know 5 years from now because 5 years ago we didn't know we couldn't go out our house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't have that
That
answer.
happened in a blink. So you don't have a new course coming up. You don't have I know you said you had your online training for your
Hmm.
coach. You're redoing a book and tell me
Yes.
about that. Give me some
So I
details.
have a
Give me
book
the
called,
dirt. Give me the dirt.
okay, look, you got to ask me specifically. I'm like, 5 years, Jesus, what year is that? But yeah, 5 days, we can talk about that because in 5 days or less, I will have finished the revised copy of the Life Coach book. It's talking about what life coaching really is. A lot of people think it's counseling and therapy and telling you problems and me telling you what to do. It's none of that, as you know.
Right. Right.
And so I'm teaching the difference between being a girlfriend, where we listen and gossip and share secrets and try not to step on our friends' toes and tell them what they want to hear. That's a girlfriend. To being a mentor, you're saying, I have been in a struggle. I have found success. Now, let me show you how I did it. Go here, here, and here, and tell them AJ sent you. Tell them Terri Lynn so you can get in. That's a mentor. You're influencing their life. But a coach, we know how to listen and ask some really good questions that make you blush and swear us to secrecy and confidentiality. Like, you better not
Yes.
tell nobody or something.
Yo.
Yes, we know how to get in there, ask some really good questions, and then hear results like what you said you had. You are seeing results in your life, in your
I
business,
am.
and it's all thanks to knowing the structure of how to coach, not just calling ourselves coaches, but investing in ourselves to learn the skill, that proper protocol, that professionalism of how to
Yes.
practice as a coach and be successful. We're not looking at other people. We're not copying and pasting what others are doing. We're not trying to be like someone else. We're not even worried about being imposters or competition because we know we good.
Right.
That's what this book is about. And I'm
Okay.
so excited when it's ready to
Okay.
be released. So that's what I'll be doing in 5 days.
Five
Okay.
days.
Putting the final touches on the Life Coach Revisited. And I'll be sharing it with people in the book because there's a free gift over at thelifecoachquiz.com if you want to find out if you got what it takes. Either you're a mentor, a girlfriend, or a coach, And that one question, well, it's three statements, but you're going to choose one on the website, thelifecoachquiz.com. It's going to reveal if you're a girlfriend, a mentor, or a coach. And then you'll know if you're ready to come on and join this community of coaches that's making an impact around the world.
Okay. I'm gonna put that link in the description. So anybody wants to get
Yes,
to that, I'll put the link in the
thelifecoachquiz.com.
description. And I give a listening gift for every episode. There's a
Good.
different listening gift, so we might make that the listening gift for your episode.
Sounds good. And it'll be a great gift because you are gifting yourself to know, like, what's next. Because most of us, as you know, as a coach, we're that friend that everybody comes to. They trust us, they listen to us, they tell us everything, they ask us for advice, opinions. So people are already coming to you. You're already helping get a breakthrough in their life, and it's free. Don't you want to get paid?
Right. Exactly.
Get paid to get someone a
Right. I'm
breakthrough.
like
And I'm
the bill is in the mail. Your
okay.
email right now.
What's your cash app? You on PayPal? You got that? That's my favorite question. How much do I owe you?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So that quiz is going to reveal if that's really
Okay.
like your next step. Because a lot of women, especially the state of the current economy, they're trying to figure out what's next, what comes after the 9 to 5, what happens when the kids leave and I'm dealing with empty nest. How do I bring in additional income? It's by using your natural talents. Like, I love how you have pointed out something that I've never really noticed because it's who I am, but my faith that has carried me simply is how to just pull that natural calling out because we already good, we're nosy, we like to ask good questions, get the tea, like you said, give me the dirt, girl, give me the
Yeah,
details.
give it here, give it here.
Yeah, let's learn how to get paid. So the lifecoachquiz.com, that's going to bring out, and it's so funny because when people go, you can take it more than one time. That's the secret, y'all, to the gift. And I see people trying to get the right answer or what they think is right. They're like, it's gonna pop up coach any moment. I'm like, no, girl, it said girlfriend last time. Now you're a mentor this time. Stop. And some people they're not ready to coach, and it's okay because we all have unique callings. All of those qualities are within us: coaching, mentoring, and being a good girlfriend. And I say girlfriend because I work with women. We're experts at being women, and that's who I
Yes, we
serve
are.
happily. So yes, that's
Yes,
what
we
I'm
are.
most excited about. But when you take the quiz, you're going to be on my email list, of course.
Of
And then I
course.
get to share when the book is released.
Great.
And the other exciting trainings I got coming up, like just finished the sales copy for the online version of the course that does not even include me having to be there with you live. So excited about
So
that.
is you can do it at your own pace.
At your own pace. It's still only 8 hours, 8 sessions, 8 modules, however you want to look at it, because my live life coach course is 8 hours as well. But it's like boom, boom, boom. Like, you have no excuse. You're not waiting on me. You're not waiting on a training date. As soon as you register, if you get the invitation, because everyone doesn't qualify to train with Coach
Uh-oh.
AJ, okay?
Uh-oh.
So when you go to do the life coach quiz at thelifecoachquiz.com, you put in your answer, your results will reveal if you're ready to get the invitation to come train. And it's automatic, it's at your own pace, but you can fly through it and get it done and then move on to building a successful coaching company like you have witnessed other people do with my 1 day training, like showing you I got it. I'm ready to go practice these skills and make some money. Okay.
So the building the business, is that part of the training
That is
or is
step
that another
2.
training?
So step 1, go take the quiz, lifecoachquiz.com. Step 2, you'll be on my email list and find out if you qualify for the automated training. And then step 3, if you make it to the end of the training, if you actually sit down, go through the training, you get an invitation, again, if you qualify, to join me in a year-long mastermind of other
Wow.
coaches who have been certified.
Wow. I
And
just want to skip to that part.
right. What a money, what a money. Because we spend the year planning out how to make your first $25,000 as a coach. And the reason it's
Nice.
only 25,000 is because here in the state of Georgia, 70% of women small business owners make less than $25,000 a year. So if I can teach you
Unfortunately.
how to make that extra dollar, like $25,001, you are officially over the poverty line. Georgia looks at it as, if your
Wow.
business doesn't bring in at least $1,300 a month, you're considered in poverty. And I think it's a month. I need to go back and do that math because that don't sound right. But anyway, you need $25,000 a year. And so we spend that time mapping it out so that you'll have, like, you can stay on course and you're not just guessing or Googling your way or finding yourself
Right.
copying what someone else
Right.
is doing.
Right.
So that's the process. You got to go through the process. You can't skip steps because I take life coaching seriously. Like we're coaching someone's life.
Yes.
It's making an
Yes.
impact. How dare we not invest in ourselves and take time to learn, get certified, put ourselves out there in a professional way? And you represented the International Center for Life Coach Training. It took
Hey.
me 7 years to get here. You better represent, okay?
Well, like I said, I witnessed it, so I know it's there. I know
Yes,
it's there. I know that
it
it's
is.
happening. I know that it's true to life,
Mm-hmm.
and that people need to understand that if you are going to do something, do all of it.
Go all
Don't,
in.
yeah,
You have
don't
nothing to lose.
dip your toe in it. Go on and jump
Right.
on in.
Yep.
One of my
And that's what I,
podcasts, I was like, don't take baby steps, take giant
ooh,
steps.
girl, it's so
Just
scary.
go.
That's a
Don't wait
scary
for
thing to do.
perfect. Don't wait for it all to be
Yes.
just if it's calling you, answer.
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 Yes. Answer. Oh my goodness.
Steve Harvey says leap.
Leap,
Leap.
jump. TD says
Yeah.
soar. Let's just do it.
Let's just
Why
do
not? Because
it.
we've been
Yeah.
praying for the opportunity, and when it shows up, I'm like, don't get scared. And I'm like, wait, Jesus, I need to go pray because I hate when people say that. Let me go pray about it. I say, no, man, what we praying about? Because I'm a praying woman. We can pray together. But you already been praying, and you got me. I'm here. I'm a lot to
You asked
handle.
for it, and here it
But
is.
you got.
And
I'm
now
here.
what you going to pray for? You ask,
What are we asking for
right,
specifically? I need to touch and agree with you.
right.
Because yeah, what you pray, you prayed. He said yes. This is what it looks like. Hard work, but having that support and accountability and seeing others go through the fire with you, including me. I'm still building my empire. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm so happy to reach back and say, this is what has worked successfully for me. How do you think you can apply this in your business and be successful with it as well? And that's what my coaches love to do. They're like, you make us get our hands dirty and we love it. You won't give us the answers. You make us
Oh
go
yeah.
figure it out. Well, not
Yeah.
make. They say I push them. I'm a purpose pusher, is what they've called me.
Yeah.
And I'll take that. I'll take
You train them to have faith. You give them you give them your secret sauce. You train them to
wow.
have faith in themselves.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, you give them that secret sauce. I love it. It's been a treat. Now we could go all night,
I
and we have
know.
at the dinner table.
Right, right.
Gone and gone and gone. And neither one of us were budging. I don't even know how we got
Right.
out of there. I think the place was closing.
It was closing.
You
We had
know,
dessert and everything. Oh my gosh. I still remember that green tea ice cream. I would love to have
it
some of
was
that like
delicious.
right now.
Delicious.
Oh my
Delicious.
gosh. Can we real quick talk about how we know each other? Because that's a unique story of like God alignment as
That
well. Do
was
you remember?
crazy. That was
Wasn't that
crazy.
crazy?
That was crazy. Yeah, go on, tell a story. You
I'm
good
gonna tell my
storyteller.
side and then
Go
you
on, go on, tell a story. I mean, the sides are the
you
same.
know, I know, but this goes back to God alignment. It goes back to even though I have experienced a portion of success, I know I'm going higher. And thank you for confirming that. I still love thrifting. And one day I'm riding through Atlanta and I'm like, oh, Goodwill. And I pull in, I'm walking through, I done did my shopping and I'm in line. And I got this 3-ring binder that I did not need in my hand. My brand colors at the time for my business was purple and pink. And so I had this purple binder. And I just remember this lady from behind me, like, you must love purple. And I'm like, why she asked me that? And I looked and I'm holding a purple binder and I look and I'm wearing purple Nikes I had just bought at a thrift store, brand new, $110 shoes I got for $30. Thank you
See what I'm
very much.
saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm
And we
saying?
had this whole conversation about the color purple and how it was your favorite. And I don't remember the rest of the conversation. I remember not purchasing the binder because I knew I didn't need it. I try to be a minimalist, but I'm not very good at it. And I'm thinking, yeah, that was a nice lady, good little conversation while we were waiting in line. And then all of a sudden, I show up at this event here in Atlanta. I never meet a stranger, first of all. And I know wherever I go, I'm going to know at least one person in the audience. So out of 50 people, it took a minute, but I'm like, I know her from
Uh-huh.
somewhere. Like I
Uh-huh.
remember the gray curly hair, the smile. I said, that is the purple lady that I met in line at Goodwill. We were both at a speaking event here in Atlanta. And I feel like the rest is like yet to come with us, Terry. Like we have a journey of just impacting lives
Yep.
online and offline around the world. And there was a reason we met that day. And so to be able to link it back to a sale at Goodwill is like hilarious to me.
That's
So
where
that's
this came
my
from.
side of it.
That's where this came from.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Is that how you
I did.
remember
I
it?
remember the conversation at Goodwill, and
Mm-hmm.
then you disappeared, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm used to having conversations, especially about purple, because usually I'm
Right.
covered in it, and I'll have my phone cover. I mean, I have on headphones, but I got purple headphones.
Look at you.
Yeah, I got purple headphones.
Purple everything. Purple
Yeah, so
everything.
I had that conversation quite often. So I didn't think a thing about it until I saw you. And I was like, oh, she looks really familiar. I said, I don't think I would forget that gorgeousness. She looks really familiar.
Thank you.
And then you started talking, and I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And now, I could just see you a mile away because of those earrings. Like I mean, I was at a event, and there was at least 100 people there. And then there was a picture up on the screen, and at least 100 people in the picture. And there you are with your
There I
earrings
was.
and bright, beautiful smile. And I'm like, that is AJ. And everybody's looking at me like, who? Who? Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we
Yes.
we constantly cross paths, and we
Mm-hmm.
constantly bounce off of each other. And that's what the sisterhood is about. That's what the
Yeah.
sisterhood is about. The faith that, God will put the right people with the right resources, the right things, the right answers
Yeah.
in your space for you right at the right time.
Yeah.
But then you introduced me to the SWS, Sisters Who
Yeah.
Speak,
Yeah.
and that was impactful. And I was like, they should be life coaches. They need to be life coaches because we did a
Yeah.
lot of, I think we did more talk about coaching
Mm-hmm.
aspects than we did about speaking. That
Mm-hmm.
was impactful. And then I just
Yeah.
watched you just tunnel along. And I was like, there she goes, locomotive on the run.
Right.
I'll catch her on the other end. And I hadn't even thought about a podcast at that time. I hadn't even thought about a podcast at that time. So, I speak all the time, everywhere. So I just wait for God to give things to me, and then
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure staying connected. I'm like, you should see me. Like my coaches laugh because they could swear I'm the only person they know. I'm their BFF. I'm only having one conversation with them. No, I don't talk to other people. Like I'm faithful to them. And I'm like, you would be surprised how many open chats I got going at one time. And I say, I feel like I'm cheating on y'all because I'm just like pimping in the inbox. And so I just, hey girl, how you doing? Just checking in. So I send you a message. I'm checking on my coaches. And everybody pretty much gets the same message. I'm like, whoever responds first, we're having a conversation. So y'all better say something.
right, right.
And that's how I do you. Occasionally just, hey, how's it going? Checking in, what you doing, what you working on. And I have seen you just, like you're trekking along too. Like I ain't know nothing about a PhD. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
ain't know nothing
yeah,
about I'm officially
yeah,
launched and you'll be my first guest. That's what I was like, am I your first guest? Like, am I popping
yes,
the podcast cherry
yes,
tonight?
yes, yes. You
This is so
are. I mean,
exciting.
I
And I
have several
know,
episodes ahead of you, but yeah,
uh-huh.
they're me introducing me and the podcast and some other strategies and things, success
Oh,
strategies and things. But you're my first guest.
wow, I am honored. So thank
And your
you for
episode
the
is on July the
invitation.
8th. Isn't it July the
Okay.
8th? I think I said it was July the 8th. But
Okay.
you're going to be splashed all over the place, letting people know when your podcast is going to
Yay!
be.
I'm excited about that. I'm honored to be a part of history because
Yes.
you got the whole setup going. It's sounding good. I can tell like you're getting your groove.
Oh, I'm
And
loving it. I'm loving it.
yeah,
Well, tell us where to find you, AJ, before we go. Tell us where to find you.
you can find me at thelifecoachquiz.com because first of all, I need to know who want to be my friend and be connected with me. So take the quiz and I'll be like, oh, she's a girlfriend. Oh yeah, she's a mentor. Oh, she's a coach. And I want to connect with you there first. so that I can send you some more gifts and goodies about what's coming. So again, www.thelifecoachquiz.com. I promise I will
Lifecoachquiz.com.
connect with you, reach out, and tell you where to find me on social media. Get some of my free goodies where I train via late night lives, and I'm doing Tuesdays at 12 now, sharing free life coaching tips. So if you know you want to be a life coach and you've been researching where to get started, who to trust, who's credible, who's accredited, I talk about all that in my social media platform. So start at the
The
lifecoachquiz.com.
lifecoachquiz.com. The lifecoachquiz.com.
Yes.
Definitely. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the quiz. I know I'm already in your feed. That's fine. I'm going to take the quiz
Thank you.
and so that I can find out that I'm a mentor or a girlfriend and not a coach.
Not a coach. Don't take it 3 times either. Listen.
I promise I won't tell you if I do.
I get an email every time, and I'm like, if this person takes this quiz one more time, just accept your
Uh-huh.
answer. Accept it.
Yeah, but it has been an honor. And it's always so much fun and it's always so enlightening and it's just always so great. You just give so much just by being who you are, the authentic you. And I'm honored to be a friend of yours. I'm honored to assist you when when you have the opportunity. And I'm honored that I'm a part of your impact as well as you're a part of my impact. I don't think there could be anything better than a sisterhood that supports one another in their growth, their dreams, and their impact.
Mm.
So I really, 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 really thank you.
Yeah, let you know that I see you and I thank you. And I want to let those watching know that you're in for a treat. And remember, when you impact one life, you impact generations. There's someone somewhere, they are waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs, because it's when you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. Terry, I really appreciate you and this opportunity. I wish you so much success with the podcast.
Thank you so much, AJ. Talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.
I want to thank you for listening because this podcast is for you. And don't forget to get your listening gift. You can go to listeninggift.com. That's LISTENING gift.com. Compliments and constructive criticism are welcome. If there is anything you would like me to talk about, just hit me up. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Coach Terri Lynn. That is Coach T as in Tom, ERRILYNN. And remember, create habits and outstanding success with us right here on C.H.A.O.S.